nitashinda adui akileta majaribu. Unitayarishe, unibadilishe, mtihani nipite, mwito nitimize. Nijue kuandika, niandike maono yangu. Nijue kuhesabu, nihesabu baraka zako. Nijue kuongea, nihubiri neno lako kwa watu wako. Baba nichukue, nifunze, nataka kusoma kwa shule yako, kwa shule yako. Nichukue, nifunze, nataka kusoma kwa shule yako, kwa shule yako.
We are very honored to be in your midst this evening. I'm so excited. Having interacted with a few of you in my group, I'm so excited to be here today. And I have a team of brethren who love the Lord very much. And the Lord has helped them in different areas of their careers. And this evening we are going to be listening to how this has been for them. Do you want to hear their stories? Hallelujah. Amen. Now, to start us off on that, we have just a small speech, a small keynote speech from one of us who the Lord has actually helped. She is a professor at the University of Nairobi. Remember, I said she, not a he, right? Listen, you want to know what she professes? She professes mathematics. Thank you so much. Help me to welcome Professor Anna Ngombe.
Begin this session, I want you to start by celebrating yourselves. Stand The reason why I'm telling you to celebrate yourselves is that you've chosen the best thing you could have chosen to do during the holidays. Many of your counterparts are outside there wasting and whiling away, but you chose to be here so that you can learn more about God, interact with your colleagues on a spiritual level, and today now you're even going to learn about careers. So this is us in high school, a wonderful time. This is where you have transitioned from being young children, being called pupils in primary school, feeling like young adults. So I know it's a very nice time. And it's also a time for us to grow. And as we are growing, one of the things that we experience are challenges, because sometimes we do not know exactly where we are, okay? So it is a beautiful time, but at the same time very challenging. It's also a time when most of us are trying to wonder, what do we do with our lives? The team that I had, many of them as they were sharing what they would like to do, I realized that it is actually being influenced by their parents, and they're still not sure where they want to be. So they're at this place where we think we want to do this, but at the same time we are not sure. It's also a time when we are very curious about these career choices that we are making. And I know one of the things, this came out from my team, is that you think about the money that you're going to make, isn't it? Many of us want to make a lot of money, isn't it? Huh? Yes, so we are thinking about money. But as we're thinking about this money, because I know that is probably what drives most of us when we are choosing our careers, it is also good for us to think about what does it entail to be in that career. Yes, people are making a lot of money, but what does it entail to be in that career? I discovered one of the things that makes us make the choices that we make is peer pressure. That is our friends. Then the careers that we think are cool, okay? Then careers with big names. I discovered majority of us would love to be doctors. Astronauts, there's somebody who wanted to be an astronaut in my group. Software engineering, in fact some engineerings I've never heard of, I heard with you people, Yeah, so those big names sometimes can also be attractive. In fact, if you listen very carefully, every time they announce the top candidate in KCSC, most times what do they want to be? Huh? Neurosurgeon. Have you discovered that? Yes, majority of them say they want to be neurosurgeons. But I always ask myself, do they know what it entails to be a neurosurgeon? Okay, the other thing also that makes us make our choices is that sometimes we do not know the other choices that are outside there. Everybody is talking about being a doctor, being an engineer, architect, lawyer. Now IT has become a big thing. So majority of us is because we do not have sufficient information about the careers that are outside there. The other thing, of course, is our parents, as well as our teachers, so they also influence us. Another big thing, of course, which needs to be taken into consideration are the subjects that you're taking in school. Because if you want to do medicine and you're not taking biology, for example, then there is no way you're going to end up doing medicine. So that also guides our choices. Then finally, we sometimes make choices depending on the jobs that are marketable. So if you hear that this and this career is marketable, then most of us want to end up there. So this is where you are coming from our research, and I believe most of the panelists, this is what they picked out about our choices. So what is our task here tonight, my beautiful people? We are here to guide you on career choices. We may not have all the answers, but at least we will try our level best to guide you so that as you go back home, you will at least not be where you are, you will be more informed and wiser. Okay? Good. All right, so we begin by asking ourselves, what is a career? Borrowing from the dictionary, it tells us that a career is an occupation. You can think of it as a profession, a job. It could be a calling that you undertake for the better part of your life. And I actually like to say that a career choice is a life choice. You get it wrong with your career, it remains with you for the rest of your life probably, okay? So as we are thinking about what we want to do, I want us to have this at the back of our mind, that this is something that you will do for the better part of your life. Another definition from the dictionary, it says it's a job or series of jobs that you would do during your working life. Okay? So, having defined what a career is, do you think careers are assigned to us? And it couldn't come out better than in this verse, Jeremiah 1:5, where he says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. You were born, I set you apart, I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. So you can put whatever it is that God has assigned you there. So before you were born, God had a purpose for you. So if you thought you're in this life just to pass by, God has a purpose for you. And this purpose is set it out before you were born. Okay? I want you to do a small exercise for me. Tell yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Say it like you mean it. Okay? I am in this world for a reason. Are you sure you believe that? Yes. I don't have a lot of time, so let me continue. All right, so moving on, therefore, God, like I said, had a purpose for us before He formed us. And one of the ways we achieve this purpose is through the careers that we are going to undertake. Okay? So, having realized now that God assigns us careers and He does it for a purpose, it is very, very important for us, my good people, to make sure that the choices that we make are aligned to the purpose that God has for our lives. Okay? How many of us know our purpose in life? Food for thought. Okay? Yes, so as we go away from this convention, we go back home. That is one of the things that I want us to think about. As you're thinking about it, let's discover what purpose is. Okay, so that's the definition that I picked, again from the dictionary, that it is the reason for which something is done or created, or the reason why it exists. Can you read that for me aloud? Purpose is what? God's reason for your what? Okay. So how do you fulfill this reason for your existence? One of the ways that you can do that is through the talents and gifts that God has given to you. Okay? So again, I want you to take this home, that your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it will be your gift back to God. Okay? Yes, I know you all know the story about the talents. So you work with your talents. Do not do what? Let me see if you remember the story. Do not do what? Do not bury the talents. So there are very many careers outside there, and sometimes we are lost for choice. But as we are trying to make these choices, we have a few thoughts for you. One, think about the talents and the gifts that God has given you. Okay? Two, think about your interests. What are you passionate about? Because when you're passionate about something, then it motivates you to continue doing that thing, isn't it? Yeah, so think about the passion that you have. Next, what are your strengths? Each of us has different strengths, different weaknesses. So as you're thinking about this career, what strengths do you have? What skills do you have? Okay? I know skills can be acquired, but still it's good to know beforehand. What are your abilities? I told my group that the first career I wanted when I was about 6 years old is to become a doctor. Then one time my brother got pricked when we were playing outside and he started bleeding. And I couldn't even nurse him because just the sight of blood scared me. And my dream died there. So I realized I did not have the ability to become, I don't know this ability, but I could not become a doctor just because I could not stand the sight of blood. The other thing is qualifications. Okay? So as we're in school and we are saying we want to become a doctor, we need to know the qualifications that we need for becoming a doctor. Finally, the work values. In my group, there's those who said they wanted to become doctors. My colleague will probably correct me, but I asked them, are they ready to put in 9 years before they become a specialist? and one of them screamed. She was 9 years. Then one wanted to be a pilot, and I asked her, if you want to be a mother, are you ready to be away from your family? Because most of the times you'll be in the air. And she also stepped back and she was like, so sometimes as we are thinking about these careers, we need to think about the time that we need to put in, what effect it's going to have on us if we want to have families. As doctors, are you ready to be on call 24 hours? You're preparing to go to Hawaii, then you're told you cannot go because this patient is an emergency case and you're the only one who can deal with it. Huh? Lawyers, I pose this question to them. I come to you, you're a Christian. I know I have killed, but I'm ready to give you 1 million shillings for you to go and defend me in court. Are you ready to do that? Okay, as I wind up, I also want to leave us with this few quotations about one of them being about a dream. So a dream does not just happen. You have to work hard, you have to be determined, you have to sweat for it. But as you're doing this also, I want you to bear this in mind, that every accomplishment always starts somewhere. It starts with a decision to try. You try, you fail. If you believe in what you're doing, even though you fail, you should be ready to rise again and give it another go because you have the passion. Okay? Yes. Finally, as I prepare to welcome my their team, I just want to leave us with this, that as we are ready to go outside there, by the way, it was very intentional for me to put, unfortunately you can't see it, but there's a man who is holding the globe map. Can you see that? Yes, that was to charge you that you can conquer the world. Do not limit yourself to Kenya alone. Right now, the way the world is, we are a global market, so you can actually go beyond the country of Kenya. So as you're ready to go outside there, and I believe that you have what it takes to go outside there, I want to pose one last question to us. How many of us know what a masterpiece is? Masterpiece. Have you heard of a masterpiece? What is a masterpiece? Okay, one person. Yes, please. What is a masterpiece? You have no idea. A masterpiece is something extraordinary, isn't it? Very unique. If you believe that, then I want to leave you with this verse, Ephesians 2:20, that tells us we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Jesus Christ so that we can do the things He planned for us long ago. We read that even before we were formed in our mother's womb, He had a purpose for us. That those good things He intended for us to do. Because we are His what? We are His what? Yes, so from today, when somebody asks you to introduce yourself somewhere, before you say your name, tell them you're God's what? Masterpiece. God's masterpiece. Good. For us to be able to achieve all this, ladies and gentlemen, like we said in our group, there's one person we must be very close to. We must align everything to Him. Who is that? God. Who is that? God. Who is that again? God. Good. We said God has to be number one in everything that we do. So I said last, but this is now for real the last thing. For us to get there, it means that we must have a relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. So for those of us who do not know, who do not have that relationship, this is what Jesus asked me to tell you. He's inviting you, come to me. Thank you very much.
students. Good evening once again. My name is Simon Molinge. I am born again. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Thank you. I am married to one wife and I'm blessed with one daughter. I come from Machakos County. And I am a professional banker. Thank you. For the last 11 years, I've been in the banking career. I went to primary school in 1988 up to 1996. Then I proceeded to high school in 1997 up to 2001. Reason being, I lost my Form 4 results in mathematics and scored a Y, and so I had to repeat Form 3 and go back to Form 4. I went to the university. In high school, I was doing the first 3 compulsory subjects. I was doing the 3 sciences. I was doing business education, geography. Thank you, and agriculture. I was a prefect at high school. I was one time a dog captain. Another time I was a DH captain. And lastly, I was the deputy school captain. I proceeded to the university and did Bachelor of Education Arts in Economics and Mathematics. I graduated in 2008 and immediately I proceeded to begin my career as a banker. One of the things that describes or rather defined my banking career is that all through I was a responsible boy and student. I was full of respect and full of character. I was orderly and I had no room for mistakes. And that made me to be who I am today in career, because in banking there is no room for mistakes. You have to be orderly, you have to be organized, you have to have respect, you have to be a person of integrity. Next, as I conclude, I want to talk about what our group covered in a nutshell. We did a self-awareness session with the group, and the things, number one, some of the careers that the students talked about were: number one, doctors, lawyers, pilots, business people, engineers, CIDs and armed forces, academics, for example, professors, media and journalism, arts, tourism, pastor, and mechanics. What are some of the things that hinder success for a young man, for a young student? Number one, this is from the group, it's not from me. So I'm sharing what your fellow students have said from the self-awareness session. Number one, causes of failure or lack of success is peer pressure. Number two, drugs. Number three, low self-esteem or belief. Number four, discouragements. Number five, overconfidence. Number six, indiscipline. Number seven, negative attitude. Number eight, paganism or lack of religion. Number nine, bad company. Number 10, sex and sexual relationships. Number 11, poor learning environment. 12, family backgrounds. 13, identity crisis. 14, lack of hope. 15, family influence and advice. 16, lack of confidence and self-awareness. 17, early pregnancies. 18, lack of guidance and mentorship or role models. 19, failing to plan. And the last one was attitude towards your teachers. Now, what do I recommend as I close? Number one, know and fear your God. Daniel 11:32. Know and fear your God. Number two, know who you are and what you are capable of doing. Know who you are and what you are capable of doing. Number three, love and appreciate yourself. Love and appreciate yourself. Number four, have a dream and a vision. Have a dream and a vision. Number five, people or friends can make you or break you. People or friends can make you or break you, so choose your friends wisely. Number six, the past is gone. Today I am. Tomorrow I shall be. Are we together? Number seven, attitude and character. Attitude, character, and integrity is very critical for you to be a successful person. Somebody said your knowledge and your skills can take you to the top, but your attitude and your character and your integrity shall sustain you there. I repeat, your knowledge and your skills can take you to the top, but your attitude, your character, and your integrity shall sustain you there. Another person said, it may be somebody's effort or fault to be where you are, but it is your own mistake to remain where you are. It may be somebody's effort or fault to be where you are, but it is your own mistake to remain where you are. Number 8, Philippians 4:13. You can do all things. You are good at a few things. You are better at few. You are best at one thing. Number 9, you have the power and opportunity and ability to think, create, innovate, invent, and become your excellency. Lastly, John 14:6. Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. God bless you.
Hallelujah. Praise God. Bwana asifiwe sana. Yeah, I say that because it's because of Christ that we are here. It's because of Christ that you are in this camp. I want to thank the organizers for this wonderful opportunity. I think during my time, I did not have an opportunity to attend such a camp like this one because I was brought up in the village. Thank God that at least you could, be able to attend this event, which is in Nairobi, the capital city, because I did not know the direction to the capital city. But by the grace of God, I'm in Nairobi now. What I want to say is, my name is Dan Nyatuka. I come from Kisii County. Okay, I am born again. Jesus Christ is Lord and the Savior of my life. And Jesus has been the reason for my success. Even for me to be here this evening to talk to you, it is because my Jesus has done something wonderful in my life. And I live for Him. I will not compromise. I continue to serve Him. Now, I am married to one wife. I have 2 daughters. I'm a parent. Yeah, so as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you as a parent. I know what it takes to see young people like you, successful through school. I pay school fees, although not in high school yet, in the primary, but I have the responsibility, so I know. So when I'm talking, please listen carefully and take what I share with you very seriously. Now, let me also start like my colleague said. I also to give you the story about my academic course, schooling journey from primary school up to where I am now. I'm still a student, even at this age. I went to primary school in 1984. That's when I went to class 1, 1984. I know, of course, you are nowhere. You are nowhere, and it was not known to someone like you would exist at some point. But we thank God you are here. So, way back in 1984, is when I was in class 1, I did my KCPE in 1992. 1992 is when I did my KCPE, and then I went to high school, 1993. So I was in Form 1. Way back in 1993, I did my KSCF, that is at Form 4. I did my KSCF in 1996. Okay? So after 1996, I missed 1 point to go to university. That time, they were going to university with a C+, but I missed 1 point to go to university. I remember I came to University of Nairobi to revise, to see whether I can be able to make it to university. But I missed that 1 point, and I was locked out. So I could not be able to straight to go to university. Now, I did not give up. I decided to go to college to do a diploma course, and I went to the University of Nairobi. I did a course in information studies, a course we call information studies, and I think even now that diploma course is in the University of Nairobi, library and information studies. So that is the course I did between 2000 and 2001 for a period of 2 years. I was disciplined, I was hardworking, and it was my very first time to come to Nairobi. So I did the course. My parents were not there to ensure that I worked hard out to follow me, to monitor me. I did the right thing, and I finished within 2 years. I terminated for 3 years. After finishing the course, I terminated for 3 good years, looking for a job. And you know, in Nairobi, without a job, life is difficult. So me, I lived with people accommodated me in the slums, in Kangemi. So I was accommodated by my friends. I used to walk from Kangemi to town, looking for a job. Every day, tamaking. I've not taken lunch. I have no money in my pocket. So I walk from Kangemi. Those of you know Kangemi. Walking all the way to town, looking for a job. I said, okay, what do I do to earn a living? I need to be independent. I went for security job. One day I went to industrial area, walking all the way from Kangemi to industrial area because Chief OS was recruiting. They used to recruit every Friday afternoon. So I walked all the way. I presented my papers, but I had lost my ID. So I had applied, but I had what we call the waiting card. They refused to accept me because I didn't have the ID, so they kicked me out. I was willing to go even to Garissa to do the security job. I went to school, I had the papers. I wanted to earn a living, but still I don't get that one. I continued tamaking and trusting God and waiting. And because God is faithful and I was disciplined and I did not compromise, I waited upon God to bless me. God opened that door. I got a small kibarua, which I did. I remember I was earning 7,000 shillings. That's around 2004, 2005. I was earning 7,000 shillings a month. I was able now to get a room for 2,000 shillings in Kangemi. I loved Jesus and I used to pray. When I was staying with friends, it was difficult to believe they were not born again. Me, I was born again. So when I prayed, they tell me, I left the noise here. So I prayed to God one thing, God, bless me with a job so that I can have my own house, so that I pray. And God was faithful. I prayed that He blessed me. I have my own money to get my own room. You know about because that's what I could afford. I prayed that He blessed me with a job. I got a small job and I could pray. So my relationship with Jesus became stronger. I kept on praying and telling God, God bless me. I was focused. I did not compromise my salvation. I was not carried away by peer influence to start maybe smoking bangi or starting taking bombe. Otherwise, I was having my little 7,000. I could do whatever I wanted, but I did not do that. I continued going to church, serving God, being faithful, and I had a vision. I told God one thing, God, I am not satisfied that I've gone to school because I need to do what? A degree. I need a degree, that's when I will rest. So, looking back in the family background, there was no one to pay for this school fees because my fees was paid by my brother to do the diploma. Once I finished the diploma, they said, now you have to sort yourself. Get a job and sort yourself. So I knew I don't depend on anybody. I waited upon Jesus. I waited upon Jesus. I prayed, and God blessed me with a job in Strathmore University. God blessed me and opened that door. So in 2005, I went to Strathmore University. I remember I went as a casual. I was earning 9,000. I was a casual earning 9,000, and that was a miracle to me. It was a miracle because I'm in that institution and I'm something small because I was a bachelor, so I could be able to sort myself. From that little money, I was able to do savings, and I started doing my degree. I enrolled for my degree in South Africa. University of South Africa is a global university, and it is a global university, and it is a distance learning university. So you can start from anywhere in the world. So I used to sit for the exam physically here in Kenya. My question paper will go, my answer sheet, my answer sheet will go to South Africa, marked the results number. I will do the exam. I was having a very little. I will take a loan of 30,000, and I will take even 5 years, imagine, to feed because the salary is too little. But I persevere. I thank God because after a period of 5 years, I finished my degree. Immediately I finished my degree, I was promoted. I was given a full-time job as an administrator in Strathmore. But because they saw my hard work, that from a little salary, I have been able to do what? To sponsor myself to get what? A degree. They sponsored me, the university offered, and they sponsored me, they paid for me in Strathmore. I did my master's degree. They paid for me 700,000. I did my degree in Strathmore, a program for 6. That's a program for 2 years. That is 6 semesters. I joined late by 1 semester. I joined people who started earlier by 1 semester, but I thank God because I finished with 5 semesters. I graduated, and I even left behind people who started ahead of me because I worked hard. Are we together? Then, after finishing my master's on time, I was elevated to a lecturer. I moved now to become a lecturer from administrator. I started teaching, and I'm a lecturer in IT. I teach in information technology. The software engineering you were talking about here is my favorite. That's what I teach. So after I joined lecturing, something I never imagined that I could become a teacher. I could become a teacher at university level. Teaching the degrees we offer, we are the people who give the degrees. That we teach these people, we crown them, and we tell them, we give you power to read and to do all that we are going to do this degree. After I have done that, finishing my master's, and I have become a lecturer, by the grace of God, because of hard work and discipline, the university again sponsored me to do my PhD in South Africa. So, right now, I am a PhD student in South Africa. I normally go, come, I fly, by the grace of God. I fly to South Africa, and I come back. And I'm trusting God that in a few months' time, I will be doctor. By God's grace. And now, I want you to know that when you hold on to Jesus, you be disciplined and you work hard. Hard work rewards. My employer was able to see that I can be sponsored to do masters. They sponsored, I did it, I performed, I proved. After finishing my masters, they again sponsored me to go outside to do my PhD. They are transportation. Mine is to do what? To read. Are we together? So I did not give up that I did not go to university in the first place. But out of my initiative, I say I must study. I pray, and God has been good to me till now. So even for you, God can do miracles. Okay? Finally, to finish, listen very carefully. What I have observed, and as an example, what I have done all along. Number one, make sure you have Jesus Christ. Don't compromise. Make sure you make Jesus Christ your friend. In everything you do, make sure Jesus Christ is by your side. Make sure you please Jesus with your life. Whatever you do, wherever you are, make sure you walk with Jesus. Because He will enable you to achieve that which is not possible under normal circumstances. Number two, make sure you have discipline. Self-discipline. Whether there is a cane or there's no cane. Are we together? When I was in Nairobi Tamaking, living in the slums, I was disciplined. I did the right thing. Nobody was monitoring me there. I did the right thing. I trusted God and I waited upon God and I prayed and I did not squander my opportunity. I did not squander my time. I did the right thing. So make sure you are disciplined. Number three, hard work. Remember, I continue doing what? Working hard. Even when I missed 1 point to go to university, I still worked hard. Praise God. Amen. Now, where there is no vision, Hosea 4:6 says, where there is no vision, people do what? Perish. The group I was with, I told you, people don't only perish physically. Yeah, someone can die physically and we say they are perished. But do you know you can perish career-wise? If you squander your opportunity now, you squander your time now, you don't read, you don't work hard, you will squander your opportunity. A time will come, you will regret. You will have perished career-wise. Don't perish. Make sure you will have this opportunity, work very hard. Lastly, you don't have to be very bright for you to get it in life. Being bright is what? A gift. Being bright is a talent. Are you listening to me? Hey, you don't have to be very what? Bright, in order for you to make it. But you need to be disciplined and what? Hard. God bless you.
Praise the Lord. My name is Julius Kitari. I come from Med County. Father of two sons. Firstborn is he has finished Form 4. He's going to the university. He's going to the 2nd of September. The second born is in Form 3. And I went to Standard 1 somewhere when Kenyatta was dying. 1978. I was in Form 1 and Standard 1, sorry. Then I did. We were the first group to be caught up with the 844 system of education. So we are the pioneers of the 844 system of education. I finished and joined Form 1 in 1986. And I went to Form 1 when I was born again. I got born again at a tender age, and the church where I was, it gave me a platform to grow and also to mentor the Sunday school students. By the grace of God, I had the gifting for service. Then when I was in Form 1, I became the second semester I was chosen as the librarian. I was also chosen as the CU secretary. Later on, when the Form 4 finished, I became the chairman of the CU. I finished my Form 4 in 1989. And then by the grace of God, when I look at my background, I could not be able to progress because of the finances from the family. Because I remember in Form 1, I was in the class, for the first semester I was in the class for only 3 weeks, and the term ended because of the school fees that I had. But God was very gracious, because after finishing Form 4, my parents could not be able to afford. By then my dad had already died. And so what happened is that at least I decided to become a preacher and a farmer. But God was very faithful, because when I went for the NYS recruitment, I was chosen. And I went for the paramedical training at NYS Training College Gilgil, finished, came to Nairobi for the deployment, and I did my service in Nairobi. Then when I was in the national service, I was supposed to do a course. I had prayed to God to do a course that I will be able to be serving God when I'm using it. So I chose electrical engineering, which I was supposed to be taking care of the power breaker system in the church as myself. And after that, I worked as an electrician for 9 years. Then the job finished I was because it was an Asian company. They left the country and they went. So I lost the job. And I had a diploma in electrical installation. And so after that, I did look for another job. I decided to become a hawker because I wanted to go to school. So I started selling sweets and the matchboxes alongside the road. From whatever I was getting, and between me and the poverty, when they were leaving the money they gave us, I went and I purchased a small shelter in a slum area. So with the savings that I had from the 9 years that I was serving as an electrician, I bought a small house in a slum area. That's why I started my life, selling sweets, but I knew I was not paying the rent. And from the selling of sweets, I was able to take myself to the school. I went and did a diploma in theology because I wanted to really become a pastor. And within 3 years, I was doing my diploma in theology. Then I discovered that in the midst of deliverance, some demons were not running away. Some things were not clear. The way I wanted to serve and help people holistically, they could not. So I started looking for whatever was missing. And this landed me in the course, the area of KSCF psychology, which I did a higher diploma. And when I combined it with my theology that I had, I saw at least I was able to move my clients to a better state. Then I started after that. I discovered that also from my background from the NYS, I needed to empower the soldiers. So what I did is that at least I got an opportunity to know for a course in higher diploma in forensic psychology and criminology. I started now training the uniformed officers in the area of managing crimes and being better security professionals. Because we had a problem about security. We didn't know the meaning of the word security. We used to think that these are watchmen. We didn't know about the law of security personnel and that they are professionals who are supposed to manage information, to manage people, to manage assets, and even to manage the environment. So I did that, and from the year 2003,
What is your career today?
right now I'm combining security and KSCF psychology.
Thank you.
So just a second. I did have a degree at the year 1988 when I 2008 when I joined Egerton University, and I did a diploma in a bachelor's of psychology. Then 2011 I joined Egerton University also for my master's degree in security management, and I finished. Currently I'm pursuing something in the area of theology. I'm doing with Egerton Bible College. I'm doing my master's in theology from Egerton University.
God bless.
Thank you.
Praise Jesus tonight. My name is Lillian Olivier. I need to say Olivier is the man sitting here. That is my husband. I difficult in the future. So I focused in education, and out of a class of, we were 68 of us, I managed to be the only student who went to the university. Praise be to Jesus. And one thing that I told God, because I was born again, I kept on praying and telling God, please help me to finish high school. Because at some point, I saw that I was not going to join high school. I told God, just bless me with the opportunity to go to high school, and I will tell others about you. And let me tell you, that was a foolish prayer at that point. I didn't know what it meant to me. So after I finished high school, I went to the University of Nairobi to pursue education. And I am, like I have said, I have been a teacher for quite some years. And when I look at the achievement I have made so far, first of all, I realized achievement in this life is not about the money that you make. It's not about how well paid your job is. It is about the impact that you create in the world around you. It is about how well you touch humanity and God's creation. By the mercies of God, I was touched by one class that I taught in Pagani Girls. I also taught in Pagani Girls for a period of 4 years. And I had this class that I introduced them to the subject that I teach. I told my group that I teach English and literature. I am the one who introduced them to day number 1 in English. And I taught them until they finished Form 4. And to the glory of God, this class had a mean grade of A-. It was a class of close to 50 students. Half of them got A and A- in the subject. And the second achievement, of course, I have seen God's faithfulness in my career in terms of touching lives. Actually, my tagline for life is built to build. I have been built by God, I have been built by others, and I am here to build others. Amen. When I went to the Kenya High School, I got a class that was struggling in English. And there's this one girl who was so passionate about her academics, but English was not scoring. And I remember the father used, every time we had meetings, the father used to ask me, what are you going to do about my daughter's English? And I would tell the father, just relax, your daughter will pass. And as a born-again teacher, I pray for my students. As a born-again teacher, we hold fasting sessions with my students. Bwana asifiwe. And this girl, at the end of the 4 years, I'm really trying to summarize, she was able to score a clean A. Actually, she finished in 2017. A period when we have been talking about the Matiani grades. And this girl was able to score an A in all subjects, including the English that she was really struggling. And as we talk, the climax of it all, as we talk, this girl joined Harvard University this year. I look at my life, I didn't want to be a teacher, but later on, I realized I needed to connect students to their destinies. The last thing that gives me joy is the prayer and fasting sessions I hold with my class. I am a class teacher in a class that is now in Form 3, and when I look at the battles that the Lord has helped us to fight, I give glory to God. My parting shot with you tonight is, look beyond your challenge right now. Our God is able. You were created for a purpose, and fix your eyes on that. God bless you greatly.
Amen. Bwana asifiwe. Yes, you can hear the powerful testimonies of how far we came. As for my case, I went to primary school from class 1 to class 8 without shoes. My first pair of shoes had some butter bullets and some sandals in primary school, but the first proper pair of shoes was in class 8. You can see where I was starting. And I remember making a prayer when I was in class 4. Like Jabez made a prayer and said, God, if you will, after going through a very difficult childhood, I made a prayer. I remember even when I was standing in the village, if I can take any of you, I stood and looked up and said, God, if you help me. I didn't know what I was talking about. To be somebody in life. And God heard my prayer. So one thing I really believe, and I always say, God hears the prayers of young people, including yourselves. Please make your prayers known to God. And I was telling my group, just all those your dreams, put them down. God is not limited in any way. You can start so far, and slowly by slowly, God opens ways. I didn't know where the money for school fees would come from. But by the time I did my class 8, by God's grace, I was just working hard. I got a sponsorship. My whole from 1 to 4 was paid for. And after that, university there was a loan. And from there, I got a job and continued working. I've been in this work, growing every day. I was telling my group also, life is a matter of growth. I started as a doctor. Today I'm a lecturer also. And as I'm expanding as a doctor, as a lecturer, I'm also thinking about what else can I be and do. Life is a matter of an issue of growing and growing. So I don't want to say so many of those things that my colleagues have already talked about. Just being focused and working hard. I was looking at what my fellow students were still in high school. And one word was coming: hardworking, humble, reliable. So character is very important. Just holy, make your prayers known to God. And God will open ways. Don't look at the surroundings. Today I can say that God is faithful. I gave my life to Jesus Christ when I was in Form 3. And I look back and say, you are here, you are so blessed that you are already cushioned against the things that are happening out there. So focus on God. Don't be afraid. God has your plans, all your plans in His hands. Bible, our teacher told us, whatever He created you to do, He already has made a provision for it. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of where you are today. God is faithful. The Lord bless you. My name is I'm Samson Mugani. I'm a pediatrician by profession, and this beautiful lady speaking to you here is my beautiful wife.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm called James Kosam. Some ask this Kosam where has come from. The book of Luke chapter 3 verse 28 to find Kosam there. Now for me, by God's grace, I never tarmac the man who said the tarmac. God helped me from primary to high school, but I was not able to go to university, so I scored a B-. And so I went to Mombasa Polytechnic, where I did my diploma in architecture. Then immediately after that, I was employed. I've been a police officer for the last 16 years. And God assigned me this far because of one decision I made when I was in Form 3, and I gave my life to Jesus Christ. I can tell you God assigned me in this work to the extent that I feel fulfilled just to be helping mankind. So I'd like to encourage you that whatever your dream is, just let God Himself walk you through it and you'll achieve it. By God's grace, after diploma, high diploma, after high diploma, my bachelor's, after that I'm now pursuing my master's in governance, peace and security. So everything is possible as the life of the Lord will do. Just be disciplined and make sure that God takes you ahead. Please, being a police officer is a very wonderful career.
Hallelujah.
Being a police officer is a very wonderful career. We have all the may you not mistake police only with those on the road. Police officers, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have pilots, we have all the professions of the police department. So, as you pursue your career, your dream, you are welcome to join us to serve mankind as we make this happen in our country.
God's masterpieces. Good evening once again. You know my career. I need to talk about it. Oh, the foundation. Okay, I will be very brief. My journey for studying mathematics actually started when I was in class 6. I will not say which year, because I've discovered I am the grandmother in this group. But it was a challenge where everybody kept saying that girls cannot do well in mathematics, girls cannot do well in science subjects. So I took it up as a challenge to show that girls can also excel in maths, girls can excel in sciences, and not just excel, they can do better than boys. So that is where my journey for mathematics began. But by God's grace also, I realized that He had given me the ability and the talents to be able to do the mathematics. So it was not a struggle for me. Mathematics was never a struggle for me. So when I went to high school also, it was my best subject. I kept excelling throughout. In fact, I remember when I was in Form 3, I did a maths competition. It was called St. Patrick's 10 maths competition. And I actually managed to beat Form 4s when I was in Form 3. I was the best in the country. So from there, I decided that that's the journey that I wanted to take. So naturally, I knew even when I was going to the university, I would pick up mathematics. I was among the best students at bachelor's, so I got a scholarship to do my master's. I got employed by the university immediately after I finished my master's. And then from there, I was sponsored to do my PhD in Sweden. I've been at the university from 1999. So you can try and guess my age.
Praise the Lord. It's very difficult to speak after your lecturer has spoken. She was my lecturer in mathematics. To sum up my life, I am a spiritual baby here. I was born again in 2008. So mimi yule mzee alikuwa anaambiwa usifanye hivi na anafanya hivi. So but God turned around this life. So it's not by might, it's not by power, but by the Spirit of God. So where I am, it's only Jesus who turned it around. So my career started way back in I don't know, but from class 1 to class 8, that is in 1994, I did my class 8, then 98, I did my Form 4. From there, I went to University of Nairobi. I tried my first degree there, I failed terribly. That was 95. In the University of Nairobi, I tried to do pharmacy, but I failed. So that's why she taught me. Then I went back to what I was going to do. That is chemistry, BSc chemistry. So your career, as you were saying, sometimes you may be thinking that this is your path, but it's not your path. I went back to what was my path. That is the default setting, chemistry. So from there, I did my BSc in chemistry. After my BSc in chemistry, I did a master's in chemistry. And now I have finished my PhD. I'm a lecturer at the Technical University of Kenya. I teach chemistry, specifically nanotechnology and material science. And from there, I'm also the administrator of the Kenya Chemical Society. I hope to see most of you join that society. Then, the only thing I would want to tell you is that Proverbs 9:10, that was what my dad told me. When he was telling me that, he only told me part A. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But after all, after my salvation, I came to realize that there is a part B of it. The knowledge of the holy is understanding. You have to also have the knowledge of the holy. Let me leave you with that, and God bless you.
I thank God also for this opportunity. Let me quickly also say
what my career is. My name is Dorothy Mugane. My husband, the one that said I'm beautiful. Am I? Do you agree with him? Yeah. So we say what? Glory be to God. Amen. So I'm born again. I love the Lord. I am so indebted to Jesus, my Savior, for all my career. I keep saying, if it wasn't for God to have saved me during my school days, probably I would have died. There would be nothing to write home about my life. But I'm very grateful to God that He looked for me when I was a student like yourself. I got born again a little earlier in primary school, but high school exposure to Christian Union in high school, exposure to Christian Union in high school anchored my faith and grew me up in God. And I can tell you, there used to come brethren to our Christian Union or in meetings like this, like ourselves now, the way we are sitting in front of you, and they will tell us the stories of their lives, and you would read so much success in their lives. And you know what? I was so inspired. I told God, if you help me to be successful in life like this brethren, I'm going to serve you. And I will come back to high school. I think that is why God will help me accountable to come back to a meeting like this. And I can tell you that it is not really about succeeding in career that is the paramount outcome. It is, what do I do with the success that God gives me? Is it to the glory of God? And we are here today to let you know that He will make you successful, but what will you do with it? Will you use the success God will give you in your career to become stubborn in society because you are wealthy? Are you going to use the success God will give you in your career to build the kingdom of God? I chose the latter, that God, if you make me successful, I will build the kingdom of God. And this was my passion throughout school. All my time in school. Okay, in primary school, I wasn't very sure where I was heading, but I knew I loved to excel. When I got into high school, it became mandatory that I must excel because I started understanding that life requires success. And I worked hard, and God blessed me. I went to university. To the glory of God, today I'm a professional nutritionist. I'm a nutrition consultant. I studied food science and technology in university as my first degree, and by the grace of God, He gave me another chance to further my studies in public health, nutrition, and I got a passion to really help the human race to escape early death by the way they eat. And I feel very fulfilled when I interact with people and I interrupt the way they eat to bring them to the correct direction of eating and to connect them to a life that is full of good health. So that gives me a lot of fulfillment because I feel that I serve God in my career. So one of the things I would like to encourage you is service to God during your days as a student. That has kept me going. Many years after I left school like yourselves, I keep remembering the days we served God when we were in high school, when we were in university, and that keeps me going. And I want to always look for opportunities to serve God because I have seen that you can never owe God service. When you serve God, He services your life. Hallelujah. So if you want to be this person that God will be servicing, make a determination today to serve God as He blesses you in your school life, as you become that career dream that you have dreamt, and you excel in society, determined to build the kingdom of God by serving Him. And I'm telling you, God will eternally reward you by servicing your life. Hallelujah. Don't you think that they have been blessed? God has serviced their lives and they are all serving God in one way or the other. So I would like to invite questions and maybe a very short session of interaction. Do we have some burning questions would like to pose to the panelists?
My question is, can someone balance politics and Christianity? Because I was asked that question by my fellow friend, and I tried to convince him, but you didn't listen. So I'm wondering, can you balance politics and Christianity?
My question is, now I'm writing and I will be choosing the subject to do Form 3 first. Then I have a question. As we are choosing, I was discussing about with my teacher. Then I told him that I drop physics to go with biology because I want to do medicine. Then he was telling me I can slap very well. Because I do perform in this subject. Then I'm asking to advise me if I can draw physics, then I continue. Of course, I do perform well physics without struggle. But biology takes me hard time. So thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this was as a mfano mimi nataka kufanya medicine kwenye mfano. Then mzazi wangu anaruhusu kufanya medicine, fanya engineering. So after the first week unaweza fanya hizo itafanya. Then swali la pili baada kwa mfano bado nataka kufanya medicine. Then results come out napata maybe sitapata the results to do the medicine, and then at the end of the day, they call for me another degree. So I'm not allowed to do it because that is my passion to do it.
Thank you very much. I think we can react to those first, then we can have another set of 3.
Okay, praise God. I'll address the question concerning politics and Christianity. For sure, it's possible for you to be a Christian and be in politics. The issue is that in all your politicking, let God be glorified. The problem we have in Africa or in Kenya is that we have polluted the politics to seem as if I have to do it wrong way for me to make it right. So for me, I'll tell you that you can be a politician and be still a Christian, because what defines you are your values at the end of the day. So don't fear going to the politics simply because you are a Christian. You are the light of the world. Go shine in the political sphere, and I tell you, God will be with you.
Thank you very much. Somebody has asked about, there are so many of us who wanted to do medicine. And so, at this point where you're choosing subjects, there are those clusters that you need, subjects that you need to do medicine. Number 1, you need chemistry, you need biology. Then, for language, it is English/Kiswahili, okay? So, they take the stronger of the two. Then you have physics/mathematics. So, for my brother who wanted to do medicine and biology is a problem, already there's a problem there. If you are to drop physics, you said you want to drop, you want to drop physics and do biology. You see now you want to do biology, but you are still saying that it is your weak subject. So, as our professor said here, she found out that she's very good in mathematics and she followed that line. And she has never struggled. She has been doing well and she's doing her life. I was in church with her for a very long time and I didn't even know she's a prof. Because her life is so easy. Okay? She's not stressed. Why? So if you find that you are weak in biology, maybe the Lord is telling you that's not your area. And you are good in physics. Now look at those career choices that physics can do for you. Maybe engineering could actually be the option. So don't force yourself into medicine. I can tell you, when you went to do medicine, there are enough people who left university because the first week you are taken to a mortuary and you are expected to those dead bodies to start dissecting. And some people fainted the first day. So they realized they had chosen the wrong career. That brings me to the second question. He said, you feel like you wanted medicine but you missed it. And you are called for a course that you are not passionate about. Number one thing is that if you, first of all, work hard to get the highest attainable what? Marks, grades to take you to the university. That's the most important. Once you reach there, universities are very gracious. In fact, nowadays they give people a choice to revise your choices that you made. And even if you still want to change your mind, the first weeks they give students a chance to do what's called inter-faculty transfer. So again, there are still opportunities for you to review and think through yourselves. And if they give you something that is completely off, you can still choose something that is near to what. For example, you may not do medicine, but you can do something maybe biology, something in biology, something that relates to food science, something that is there. From the slide there are more than 300 career choices. There are many things that could be related to what you want and near to the passion in your heart. So don't just say, material something, let me just do it for the sake, you'll be frustrated. And there are some people who are going to get up to 3rd year or 4th year. Last year we had a student who finished medicine, and now she says she wants to be a designer, fashion designer, after having done 6 years, you see. So the sooner the better. But you have opportunities, that's the point. Don't just take the second it. Amen.
Maybe to also add to that, I don't know how many of us know that we have a degree in nursing. How many of us know there's a degree in nursing? Yeah, so many students, we have realized when they don't manage to do medicine, they do a degree in nursing, or even a degree in biochemistry. So it may take you longer to become the doctor, but at least there is that alternative. You can start with biochemistry and then find your way back to medicine. One other thing that I would like us to note is that over and above the clusters that you'll be told for your career, they look at your mean grade. So if you got 4 A's in the 4 subjects for being medicine, but you had an A- of 75 points, then your 48 points come down. So sometimes many students get frustrated and they're wondering, oh, I got all A's for the subjects that were needed for medicine, yet they did not call me. They also look at your mean grade. So don't focus only on the subjects that will help you to do your degree. You have to think about the overall. So even if you don't like the Swahili, please work very hard because it could actually make you miss your choice of career. The other question about the parents, from my background in the university, that is one of the biggest issues we have. Many students come crying to us that, oh, my dad is telling me to do medicine and I don't want to do medicine. Most often what we do is that sometimes we reach out to those parents and talk to them. Because sometimes they also come from a lack of information or a lack of knowledge. So don't fight with your parents. Ask your parents to come with you to the university to talk to the university counselors. They will help your parents also see from your perspective what your talent is, what your gift is. Thank you.
To lecturers and prof, I'm glad to be here. I love Jesus, I'm saved. So I'm called Odero Festus. I'm not a student now, but currently I'm teaching. So I have some concern that I would like to ask from the panel, and more so I will heard the stories how we come through. So my question is, the first one, how can a student identify the strength that he has, that the passion of this is what I want to do? Because that one was a challenge in my time, that I finished Form 4, I'm being initially I wanted to be an audition. Some days back I wanted to be an engineer, but currently now I'm a biochemist professional. So I'm heading towards being a doctor as my first wish. But now, the challenge that I get where I teach is one, how this young student get informed of this now the passion that I want to train to. So my question is, how can we identify this? And also when you are talking, I never had that one being mentioned. Secondly, now we are in the career talk. We talk of most prolific careers. And those are the ones that our students know of. Doctor, engineer, IT, what have you. Yet, for me, there's a time that I saw my father being a plumber. Then I said, this is what I want to be interested in. But now I do not. When I went to school, I was called for university. I could not find that plumber. So how can we help a generation to match even something which is much easier to get? Because in life, it is not all about university. So those are my concerns. How I beg that I get some clarification so also I go and lead the students in the right way for them not to be misled and to fumble with things 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
So my question is about when someone has 2 careers to do and it is me. For example, for myself, I want to do education of Bachelor of Arts in Geography and French and journalism in media and broadcast. So how can someone do so that to achieve all of them?
Thank you very much.
My question is, we have a friend who shut up from the life. My question is, we have a friend who shut up to me and asked me, what the hell are doing mathematics? Then, another friend who comes and asks me, I don't know my career. What advice can I give to you?
Thank you very much.
Okay, my question is very direct. I'm directing it to the police officer. I want to ask, you are a born-again Christian. How do you manage your work? You are a police officer and you know how police officers behave outside. So how do you do it?
Hi, I'm Christopher, and this is my question. I've been seeing to YouTube about the lecturers about those students who have performed in Kenya who have been number 1 in KCC. They're the ones who got an A, and when you see them, they've always been asked by journalists, how did they start working hard? And majority of them really say them that they always get an yes, they have started working for 1. Can you be the top student in Kenya by getting that A by starting late? For example, for 3 also. Can you get, my main point to you was, can you get that A also when you start working hard for 2 and for 3?
Okay, I think we start with the policeman, right? The police officer.
Okay. Praise God. Praise God. If you have heard me clearly, I've been talking about your values in life. Your values in life, in relationship with God, determines how far you will go. And so when it comes to the issue of the perception that the world has concerning police, I can tell you for sure, in police service we have pastors, we have reverends, we have bishops, we have all these right people there. So the negative perception that people have should not define who we become in life. Praise God. My Christianity stands about. One thing I've always done is that every time I step in an office, whether I'm transferred or I go to a place, the first thing I say, I am born again. Why do I say so? Once you give your testimony, you will be sidelined. And that helps you so that at the end of the day, you're not trapped with the things of the world. So, be definite about your salvation. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet so that you can figure out that are you a Christian or not. And to that effect, the best thing that has always helped me is Daniel chapter 1 and verse number 8. That Daniel made up his mind not to defile himself with the food of the king. In other words, yes, there's opportunity for you to go for the bride, but can you make up your mind to stand for God? There's an opportunity for you to go and harass people, but can you make up your mind that you are born again and you're standing for God? It is possible to be a believer in whichever field you choose to go to. So that is very true. That I'm a Christian, I'm born again, I'm proud to be a police officer. Now, thank you. Concerning the element of career choice, I'd like to give this approach because by God's grace, we have been mentoring people in leadership back in church. And one of the models that we use is called SHAPE. You can write the word SHAPE. SHAPE will help you in defining who you want to become. SHAPE stands for, S stands for your spiritual gifts. What is this thing that God has given into you? The spiritual gifts that are automatically come out of you without any coercion or being forced into. H stands for your heart desire. What is this thing that you desire in your heart? As a child of God, as a student, what is that you desire within your heart? Then A stands for your abilities. There are those things that don't need to struggle to do them. Praise God. Like for me, I don't need to struggle to smile. It comes automatically. They ask me, why do you have that Ascari figure, Ascari kind of macho? But I tell them that I don't struggle to smile. There are business God has put in you. Then P stands for your passion. What are you passionate about? For the group I was asking them one question. What is this thing that you are able to do without being paid? Hello? What is this thing that you are able to do without being paid? And also P can stand for your personality. Someone like me, I'm a sanguine. Sanguine is someone who just goes out talking to each and every person. We can stay within 1 minute to know from A to Z about me. That's who I am. Now once you understand what your personality is, it also helps you to understand where to go to. Then E stands for your experience. Please, note it very clearly. Even from all the panels as they are talking, they are talking about their background. Whatever you're going through in life today, don't take it for granted. Because that's what God is using to prepare you for tomorrow. Take an example. The period Moses spent in the palace, it was a period for training, for him to understand how palace looks like. Because tomorrow is going to need people. The period Moses used in the wilderness, 40 good years, shaped him up to be someone who can be able to wait on people. Are you getting that? So every experience you go through in this life is very important because it will help you tomorrow how you become. So look at those 5 things. Your spiritual gift, your heart desire, your abilities, your personality, then your experience. Those that have gone through life will shape you how you be tomorrow. God bless you.
Okay, I want to attempt to answer the question about why do mathematics. First and foremost, mathematics is numbers. I know many of us think it's very hard, but it's just about numbers. But the beauty with mathematics as a subject is that it helps you with logic. It really helps you with logic, really helps you with thinking. And because most, in fact not most, all the time, it will only be one answer. There are no two ways about it. I think for me that is what also attracted me to that subject. But going beyond what you do in high school, in as much as I say that I teach mathematics, There are some of those specializations that go beyond just the calculations that you think about in school. As I teach students, most of them are using this mathematics in insurance. A lot of mathematics is used in architecture. As they are drawing those figures, they need to be very precise, so they need the mathematics. Engineering is all about mathematics. Medicine is mathematics. Pharmacy is mathematics. In fact, in the university, I can count the number of careers where they don't require you to do mathematics. Yeah. But for me, I tell you that it helps you to become sharp. Yeah, that logic, that precision, for me, I think is the advantage of doing mathematics, and probably that is why they even make it a compulsory subject in high school.
I want to respond to the question about having two careers, and personally being a cancer psychologist, having been in this field for the last 16 years. I'm aware that this is one of the critical questions that normally come to us. And so, you've got two careers which are competing, and you are wondering, which one do I become? Now, there is what we call as administrative psychological test to be able to know the right one. So when something like that comes by, there are those kind of competing priorities. Most important thing is to take you through career assessment tests, which will be able to help us to know your area of strength. The area you are better in, that's the area now you need to major on, and then now calibrate your energy towards that area. So the best way in that kind of a situation is to administer a career test. And that's one of the things that I normally do personally in helping people to become what they wanted to be. So our teachers in the area of guidance and counseling can be able to assist you through those kind of career tests or other psychological tests that can be able to assist you. So don't struggle. Help is just a stone throw. Remember Jeremiah 32:27 that beyond of the Lord the God of all flesh, then it is too hard for me. So there's nothing too hard for God. Use the resources of the teachers you have at hand. They can be able to assist you through career assessment. Thank you.
Okay, for me, I want to respond to this question about how can a student identify their strength. Identifying strength, I must confess that for sure the system that we have been using, the 84 system, according to him, the problem is that everybody, in fact, we are forcing people to school. We want people to excel in life through education, through academic, qualifications of which we force them through, but the people are not really there. What do I mean here? People sell land to make sure their child goes to school. People do things to make sure, because we believe that we believe that people can make it in life because you will go and pursue a particular course. That's how you can be able to make money. That's why we have a problem with the parents. Parents forcing, because for them, they feel maybe medicine is the best. So if you want to do medicine, you will be very successful, you will make money, but you see, you as the student, that's not your interest, that is not your area. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this. How can a student know their strength? You can know your strength through performance. Let me say that. All the way from primary school, you will gauge. You should be able to see how is this child performing. Where is this child? What marks is this child scoring? What do you get in your KCP maybe? When you go to high school Form 1, how are you performing? When you go to Form 2, how is the performance? You should be able to tell. And then the subjects, which subjects are you good at? Or which subject is the child or the student is at? For example, performing very well in sciences, physics, maths, chemistry, biology. You realize that this child is very good in sciences. That should tell you that this is somebody who can do engineering. There's a potential for engineering. There is a potential for medicine. Isn't it? Someone who hates maths and says, me, don't tell me math. Oh, because you will see. This one is struggling with maths. Someone is struggling with the chemistry. You will see. This one is struggling with chemistry. So let me say this. The performance of the kid or of the child, even at primary level, you should be able to really see the capability and the potential of the child. When he goes to high school, then it will be more clear. It should be more clear because you can see the trend, the subjects. Right now I know the weaknesses of my daughter's industry. I know the potential, at least that is shaping up. What does she write? Like now she tells me, maths, I don't do very well, but English, 98. But maths, 70. You see, right now I know, and then maybe at this time I know what to do to make sure that she loves this maths. So that if I want her to become maybe a doctor, or I want her to become an engineer, then I know that she needs to do well in. So what I'm trying to say is from the performance of the child, right from early primary, as they enter secondary, you will know which subject do they like, which one they don't like, and then the overall grade. What is where are they? For example, maybe top 10. If they are top 10, at least you will know the potential. And if it is consistent, you will know that this is a university material, isn't it? So for me, it shouldn't be very difficult to know the strength of the child because the performance will tell, number 2, the subjects they like or they don't like. And then at that point, you will see what you can do to make sure that it is very clear what is the strength of the child.
Very briefly, there was the last question about when is it the right time to begin to perform. I think that was the last question. From my own very experience, I repeated back to Form 3 because our school cheated in mathematics and we all lost our results in Form 4. So it is dangerous, it is bad to cheat in your exams. So when I went back to Form 3, I had dropped chemistry and agriculture in the former school that I was. So I went back to Form 3 to begin chemistry and agriculture. I joined in second term, and by the end of second term, I was the best student in chemistry and agriculture. And from that term until end of Form 4, I was number 1. What does that tell you? The time to begin excelling is now. Whether you are in Form 1, begin now. If you are in Form 2, begin now. If you are in Form 3, it is now. If you are in Form 4, it is not too late. You can make a difference now. Thank you.
Let me add on to what you said about when to begin performing. And I would say, like you have said, the Bible says people perish because of lack of knowledge. Now, when you realize that you have not been performing to your best, that is the time to begin, like you have said. And I hope this is better. Louder. How you do it, you have to change your tactics. You cannot continue working the same way. Define your friends in high school, because that is where you are. We lose it a lot because of peer pressure. At your level, sometimes you find that you are doing what you are doing because your friends are doing it. But is it the right thing? At the end of the day, you are going to live alone. You are going to pursue life out there on your own. So what I would urge you to do, please define your friendships in high school. Look at what you are doing. Is it beneficial or not? And that is what will help you know, am I keeping the right friends or not? Secondly, look at your ways of revision of, approaching your academics. I was telling the group I was in, make teachers your friends. Be close to teachers. Can you do one step to them for marking? Do consultation with teachers because that's where they are to guide you. And actually, I remember a girl this time. She has not been performing in English, but I gave her an extra pastoral exercise book. And in one term, this girl finished the book. And I marked everything. That girl was number one on that subject. Number one when she was. So what am I saying? Do something more. Work with teachers. Discuss with your friends. And I think if you are focused, if you work with the right people, if you define your revision mechanisms, you are going to make it in life. Thank you.
Finally, the question that the teacher asked, I don't know where he is. I think he said that he was asking whether it's really necessary for somebody to go to the university. This is what I always tell my students: aim for the best. So if you're talented enough to go to the university, why not? Even if you want to become a plumber, let me tell you, my good friends, having attained that university education and become a plumber, you're not the same as one who never went to the university and is doing the same profession. There is something you gain from that education. There's something you gain from the experience of interacting with other people. Okay? Yeah, they always say until you've left your mother's home, you never know what is outside there. So the university or even college education opens you up. It helps you to explore more. And even if you're not going to university, become a professional. I always believe that even the touts today, if they had gone to school, majority of them, I believe they will not be behaving the way they do. There is something that school adds to you. So as a teacher, encourage your students. Let them aim for university, whatever profession it is that they want to do. There is something they will gain out of it. Then finally, with respect to your students, how would they identify their careers also? I would encourage you to think about mentorship. Even in that high school, look for the alumni, those who went through that school and have become career people, doctors, engineers. Let them come to your school from time to time, talk to your students, because that will also help them to choose their careers. I saw it work for my two sons when they were in high school. They kept having career talks in their schools, and it helped them also to identify what it is that they wanted to do, their talents, their giftings. So please try that approach, and I hope it will work for your school.
Prof, just a quick question. Prof, where is the place for TVET as we aim to go to the university? Maybe you can do something about it. Where is the place for TVET?
That answers the question of prolific careers. Technical and vocational training, if you don't meet the qualification for joining the mainstream university, you can start from the village polytechnic, get a certificate. From a certificate, you can get a diploma. From a diploma, you can come back to the technical university, like the one I'm teaching. And then you can do a degree, which is a BTech, not a BSc, the normal BSc, but you do a Bachelor of Technology. Then your career path can still progress.
Thank you very much.
To add on to that, and I think that I'm going to say is, it just means that it is going to take you slightly longer. In the university currently, the person who chairs our academic union started as a primary school teacher. Right now, he has a PhD. So it will take you longer, but you can get there. It all depends on your passion, and by all means, aim for excellence. Aim for excellence. God bless you all.
I would like to bring this to a close, Chairman. Thank you so much for having us. I would like to hand over to your team. We're supposed to have a short session of praise, and then we will have
Jehovah.
I want us to take some brief, deep, powerful minutes to listen as the police officer wraps up what we've been hearing. Now stop. This time you will do it while he's standing. So come up and get it ready. Police wamezoea kufanya nini? Karibu sana.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Psalms chapter 127 verse 1. Psalms chapter 127 verse 1. Unless the Lord builds a house, the builders are doing it in vain. Unless the Lord watches over a nation, the watchmen are doing it in vain. As we come to a conclusion of this session, I want you to know one thing, that unless God is involved in your life, whatever you are doing shall not materialize. And that's why the starting point of everything is a relationship with Jesus Christ. And from all that you have heard, I have come to tell you that if you have not made up your mind for Jesus Christ, this is the opportunity and this is the time that you have been waiting for. That you may say yes to Jesus Christ. Not only that you came for the camp, you came for this convention and went back the same way. Because I tell you, unless the Lord builds your life, unless the Lord builds your career, unless the Lord himself takes the center stage of your life, then whatever we are doing is bound to crumble down. But you can make a wise decision this evening. Tonight, you can make a decision for Jesus Christ. That I don't want to build my life alone. Christ, I welcome you into my life. That will be the Lord of my life tonight. And starting now, I walk out knowing that you are the pillar of my life. And now at this juncture, with all heads bowed down, if you know you are here and you're not born again, you are the one I'm speaking to. That you need Jesus Christ. Not just to go to church, no, but a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. That's the only that will keep you as a young person and even as you go into your career. And so if you are here and you're not born again, you have heard all the panelists talking about God having helped them. This same God, I present him to you. That as you allow him into your life, he's going to change around your life. Are we all born again? Are we all born again? Yes. And as Pilate said, I'm washing my hands, and the blood of this man shall not be upon me. May I say the same thing? That heaven holds us witnesses that all of us are born again. And now that you're born again, continue in that salvation. Because this God will never fail you. This God will never let you down. This God will make sure that your purpose in this life is fulfilled. Why? Because you have decided to give your life to him. Praise the Lord. And now unto him who is able to keep you, to him is able to preserve you, to him is able to walk with you, even that perfect day of his coming. Unto him I commit your spirit, body and soul. That Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who has called you, he will preserve you. He who has called you, he will guide you through. In every stage of your life, let him be the guide of your life. To him alone be the glory, now and forevermore. In Jesus' name we are prayed. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop, for that powerful wrap-up. We have got a gift here, and it is portraying a soldier of Jesus Christ. A soldier of Jesus Christ. Our team leader, Dorothy.